Inspection of the day, 2017 Jeep. The longer you drive it, the more vibraty it gets. This one was easy to find. We'll figure out because I've ran into it many times. Now, you don't need a thermal imager to figure this one out. You can just put your hand close to the wheel and you can feel the heat radiating off. But we put the thermal imager right in the middle of that rotor and it's maxing out. We don't even know the real temperature. You can see it's 311 degrees. You just click your settings to increase your temperature range. That's way too hot. Come over to the front left. We just got done with the highway drive and we're a little over 100 degrees, you know, 100, 140 degrees on a brake rotor. That's where it should be. This is the Amp Bank H128 thermal imaging gun. Works great. Use it for all kinds of stuff. You can find misfires, fuses that are causing a power draw, relays, stuff like that. Just flash it right at your fuse box. Saves a lot of time. But what I've ran into on these Jeeps a lot, you think, oh, I'm gonna change my caliper. Don't just change your caliper. You could be just pissing money away. What I see on these Jeeps a lot are the brake hoses. So let's lift it up in the air and see what we got going on. With the wheel taken off, this is typically the culprit on these Jeeps. See how long this metal hold down bracket for the brake hose is? Think of it as like an Asian fish trap. Press the brake pedal, the fluid can get in, but not back out. It'll just creep back out slowly. It's supposed to be able to free flow through there. See, we're getting some rust inside there. So what we're gonna do is open this bracket up. Just put a screwdriver or a pry bar in there, open it up. Make sure your hose is nice and free now. Don't open it up to the point the hose can pop out. Take it for a drive. Check the temperature on the rotor after that. And if it decreased, bam, it's the brake hose just being pinched. If it's a bad caliper, take your caliper off, try to press it in. If it's not pressing in, you're not sure it's a bad caliper yet. You got to open your bleeder, try pressing it again. If it presses in easy afterwards, then you know your brake hose is bad, Asian fish trap style. But with the bleeder open, try pressing the caliper and it still doesn't budge, bad caliper. But see this a lot on the Jeeps? Let's open this bracket up. You can see it's not a full loop. It's got a crack in it. We can pry it open. See, I opened it up quite a bit and then blew the rust out. You can see how the rust builds up in that bracket. It's just gonna squeeze down on that hose, allow fluid in, which clamps your caliper. And only let it bleed off slowly. Caliper is constantly dragging. Boom, hot rotor. Rotor gets hot, thermal expansion, going down the road, centrifugal motion, vibration. It's all a chain reaction. Less than 100,000 miles on this Jeep, and the Michigan rust is just starting to get to it. See that salt buildup and the chipping? But the rest of the underbody is looking very clean for Michigan vehicle. That's just a fuel tank. See, that's the actual body. Still looking good. They used some good paint on this year, apparently. But less than 100,000 miles. They're trying to get them to fail right after 100,000 miles. They dropped the ball on this one just a little bit because it's in Michigan. Other complaint was whenever turning all the way right, the ABS light will come on. Then you stop turning all the way right, and then the ABS light traction control goes off. I didn't even have to hook the scan tool up to it. I was like, well, you know, when you turn right, it's pulling the ABS wire taunter on the front left. So I just, while we had it in the air for that hose, check this out. So I simulate turning right. Calipers, or the speed sensor bolts on, loops through this way. So turning right pulls the wire that way. It's more taut. I was like, oh, that's loose, that loose. I was thinking it was stretching the wire, and right there, that's a tight spot right there. That's got some wiggle. That's got lots of wiggle. Lots of wiggle. The other thing is to check your connector where it connects there. Make sure there's no corrosion. But I saw a little bit of blue powder. See that little bit of blue powder? Let me take these two clips off for you. All right, this is a zip. All right, this is a zip tie style Christmas tree. That one right there, I can slide the wire in and out. Like I could still move it. Look at how tight this zip tie right here was tightened over the years, clamping down on it. Let's put that hold down back in right there, but snip this off so it's not clamped down. And then while we're in here, before we have any problems with this hose, spray that down with some penetrant and open this side up too before it rust swells and gives this side a way too hot vibration condition. So I snipped that one off with how taut it was. See this one? That's how it should be. I slid it from the back to the front because that one's a pain to put in and out with the shock in the way. Now we put the wheel back on, take it out for the test drive, do a lot of braking on the highway, come back and go ahead and put the thermal imaging gun on that front right, see what temperature is compared to the front left, and then also do a couple sharp right turns and see if the ABS light flickers on and off again. She's back from her maiden voyage. ABS light came back on, but now, oh, I took a screenshot. Look at that now. That rotor, instead of 311 degrees plus, we maxed out, so we don't know. It's sitting around 140. All right. And that rotor was getting overheated quite a bit, so it might be less effective or compromised a little bit. This one, 132, 124. All right, that's a lot better. It was the hose. As far as the ABS coming on, that'll be an episode for another day. The internal wires might be a little messed up, or it might be something else. Next thing to do is check the codes of the ABS and find some leads from there. Brake hose. There'll be a link to this down below. My Amazon store, TikTok shop, whatever. If you want one, cop one. See ya.